What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. And as I do every Monday, my friends, today I'm going to take some time, go over some of the things we can look forward to in the game this week. We have a new apparel event that begins tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. And I also want to take a few minutes and answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor really quick, hit that like button. We have a 300 like goal per video. You can feel free to subscribe as well. And remember, we have giveaways here. Our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on December 31st of this year. So as I start this thing off, I want to put out a quick reminder. One thing I talked about in a build video that I put out last night, a legendary build video, and I'll leave that link in the description down below, but I talked about the fact that I think as of right now, you have about 18 hours left to buy these 12% protection from elite mods. And I know there happen to be many agents out there who've been trying to farm for these for the longest time. We know that 13% is the highest one you can find, but they have 12% for sale at the clan vendor and at Cassie Mendoza, so make sure you do not miss on this opportunity to finally buy these things. Moving on to the events that we have going on this week, my friends. First of all, we have the second week of the Micro League. Your progress does transfer from week 1 to week 2, so you should have enough time over the next week to complete it. And as I said earlier, tomorrow also marks the start of the Shade Paragon Apparel event. This is something we've been waiting for a long time. We're going to have a lot of tactical gear, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to. And we also have a global event beginning tomorrow as well, Shade Exposed. I'm not really the biggest fan of that one, but again, it is a great time to earn stars, buy caches, and hopefully get things you've been looking for a while. Now, the game did just put out a tweet talking about that we are going to see the patch notes very soon. However, it is right now 8:20 a.m. Pacific. I have to take off in like 15 minutes, so I'm going to give you the most recent information we have. Now, they put out a tweet, like I said a second ago, and they said, the servers will be shut down for a scheduled maintenance to deploy 16.2 on Tuesday, October 8th, and they give us the times to follow. Now, at this point, we're going to go to the known issues board, which will give us an indication of some of the things we should look forward to. Now, it's important to mention that a lot of things that we hope to see tomorrow haven't been confirmed as yet, but as soon as they are, I promise to bring you another update. Now, as we look in the known issues board, you can see all of the different categories. There's reported, investigating, in progress, fix ready, and fix live. So we're going to start with fix ready. And one thing I know that a lot of you brought to my attention, and I've seen this as well, is that exotic components are not dropping from control points. That should be fixed as of tomorrow. There's been an issue with the seasonal league mission time for stage 10. They should be fixing that as well. And at the very bottom, they talk about the busy little bee and the fact that it's just putting out a ton of extra damage with your skills. That should be fixed tomorrow as well. Now, there also happen to be a handful of other things we are waiting to hear about. First of all, with the Uzina gear set, especially the closer. And most of you know this, but there was a bug in the game that actually removed one of the attributes from those pieces. Now, in 16.1, they were supposed to replace that attribute with the exact same one we had before. But unfortunately, they were returned to us with a random attribute, which really had an effect on how those pieces felt and looked. And, we had certain builds based around them. Now, they say they're going to fix it. I have no idea how that's actually going to happen, and as soon as we have an update, I will pass it along. Moving on to targeted loot in the Dark Zone. Now, what's been happening is anytime you farm in the Dark Zone and you pick up a piece of targeted loot, it has been marked as, it hasn't been contaminated at all. So you can just scoop it up, you're good to go. You do not need to extract with it. Now, they had planned to fix it in 16.2. You could see there they crossed that out. So at this point, we do not know when they're making that change. One final thing I'd like to address really quick, and again, they have not released the patch notes as yet. I'm giving you all the information that's on the board, but it has to do with the Picara's holster. And as most of you know, we should be able to re-roll that core attribute to red. That's not the case. Now, it is still under investigation. They have not confirmed it's going to be in 16.2 tomorrow, so I sincerely hope that when we get those patch notes later today or tomorrow morning, that is included as well. Another thing I want to make sure I address is a lot of you have reached out saying you were just not seeing exotics drop in the world at all. Now, we know they made an improvement, or they added, a certain percentage that an exotic could drop from a random NPC in the open world. But putting that aside, a lot of you have reached out saying you're just not seeing exotics drop anywhere, except for the Dark Zone. They're dropping like crazy in the Dark Zone, which is great. But as far as, missions, control points, we're talking countdown or even the summit, they just seem to be dropping at a lower rate than before. I don't know. know. Maybe it was just I had good luck before, and now, I mean, look, it's all RNG. We know that you can have good sessions and bad sessions. But I know last week I was trying to help some subs farm for different exotics in the game, played for about 6 hours, didn't get a thing. So do me a favor, my friends, let me know what the exotic drop rate has been like for you, whether it's, control points, missions, bounties, whatever it is. Because I'd love to get an idea of what's going on in the game. Because remember, it's not about my gameplay. Who cares about my gameplay? I mean, there are times in this game, and we all know this, that you just have really bad luck. And this could be a few weeks where I'm just getting nothing whatsoever. But if you are getting certain things to drop, I would love to hear your feedback. Last but certainly not least, my friends, I want to talk about two more major issues that are going on in the game. First of which is the invisibility glitch. Now, the good news is they have been banning players over the last week and a half, something like that. I've heard from you saying that it has gotten a lot better in the DZ, but people are still doing it. I still don't understand why you would cheat in player versus player. To me, it just makes no sense at all. So if you happen to be playing and you run into someone who you know is actually using that glitch, try to get footage forwarded onto the game and make sure that it's actual legit footage of the glitch going on. The game needs to make sure they're not going to ban someone who didn't really do it at all. Now, the second thing I want to cover, and unfortunately this is another thing that players have been dealing with for a long time, and that is the constant crashing. Now, we know it happens a lot on PC, but recently I've also been hearing from a lot of Xbox players saying they are getting dealt it out like crazy, like never before. So if this is happening to you, my friends, please let me know and I'll see if I can get you any answers whatsoever. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. However, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. As far as the rest of the week goes, I'll be putting out another video tomorrow talking about the actual patch notes once we get them. I'll be posting videos on farming XP in order to get apparel keys as quickly as possible. We're going to have a bunch of builds as well. So I'm looking forward to sharing all of that with you. And as always, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
The True Sons seem to be in control of the holding area. The hyenas are knocking out security cameras. Pretty smart of them.
Reinforcements incoming.